Well, it's that time of the year, and I gotta say, despite me starting playing in 2024, I feel like this year was an incredible year for Grand Summoners in terms of crossovers. I mean, we had Shangri-La at the beginning of the year, kicking off the year with some insanely strong characters you still see to this day. Then we had Overlord with 3 new characters, and then we got the least expected rerun, Kill la Kill. This crossover gave us some incredibly strong characters, and even the best art genre in the game. Then we got the highly anticipated Fate rerun, with 6 new characters, literally doubling their roster. And now we have the Eminence in Shadow, a whole new crossover with 4 new characters and tons of equips. Naturally, I wanted to wait until the end of the year before ranking each and every Ascended crossover we had in Grand Summoners Global, and what better time to do it than now. The way I will be ranking these crossovers goes like this. The crossover had to start in 2024, which is why I will not be ranking the Tensura crossover. Each crossover will be getting its ranking from the units it introduced into the game this year, which means for Overlord, we won't be including the original 4, but the 3 new ones, and same goes for Fate and Kill la Kill. Dream Awakenings will not be mentioned, because like I said earlier, the units that will determine the ranking have to be introduced in 2024. Now with that said and done, let's start ranking these crossovers. Starting off with the first crossover of the year, Shangri-La Frontier. Shangri-La Frontier was an absolute incredible crossover that's actually speculated to return in Global relatively soon since it had a 2-week rerun on JP, but personally I doubt it will happen since the minimum we have seen a crossover last is about a month. This collab has some pretty strong characters, such as Sanraku, who many people have crowned as Reverse Fen in terms of kit, because while Wargoth Fen is all about buffing your team, Sanraku is all about debuffing the enemy. And honestly, I feel like if you have Sanraku, he's one of those characters that you rarely remove from your team, purely because of how strong he is. This collab also gave us Sager Zero, who is an absolute amazing nuker, who has a 40,000% multiplier on her super art the first time she uses it, and she's also capable of doubling her own damage and increasing all allies damage by the number of human allies on the team. We also can't forget about Arthur, who is an amazing breaker for general use and even better in mono dark teams, while also being a type F art genre, which allows Arthur to work with most characters in the game. There is also Oikajo, who is definitely one of the characters of all time. As for the equips, there are some worth noting, such as Antinom, which might be my favorite equip in Grand Summoners. It was actually the first 5-star equip which you could have different enchants on, and these enchants complement the damage it gives actively really well. Antinomy aside, Two-Faced Helmet is an absolute beast of an equip, increasing your dark, light and crit resistance by 30% for 15 seconds. There is also Vorpal Soul Collar that can be used as a damage boost and an art genning equip. Lastly, let's talk about what many people thought to be the standard for Ascended crossovers, but it stopped after Shangri-La, and that was the ability to reach the Shangri-La characters to luck 120. Even better, if you had 2 characters from the crossover, you could get both of them to luck 60 to get them that extra crest slot. An absolute insane crossover that I don't regret putting in 3rd place. Next up, we have Overlord. Overlord had some amazing characters, Momon being the most popular one, with the ability to increase his zone and the unit of his right damage by 250%, as long as Momon is on high enough HP. Also, Momon became an absolute must for Mono Dark Demon teams, purely because of his ability to reduce the enemy's dark resistance by 50% for every demon ally in the team. But even outside of Mono Dark Demon, Momon still does wonders. There is also Evil Eye, which is incredible for Mono Earth teams and Magic teams, with her ability to increase all Earth allies damage by 100% if she is the leader. But I feel like Evil Eye did not age as well, purely because Hoka released, but we will see. And of course we have Demiurge, who actually is a very strong character in a mono fire team, if you pair him with Sanraku, Valentine Priscilla and Summer Iris. Now of course there are better choices than Demiurge, but Demiurge is not a bad choice if you have him and the rest of these characters. Some equips worth noting from this crossover are Lord of First Invern to constantly increase Earth allies damage, Momon's Greatsword for huge new kick potential, and also all the old Overlord characters alongside the new ones, got their true equips, which is a nice addition. This crossover in my opinion was great, but I don't think it aged really well compared to everything else we got this year, and so with that note, I will place Overlord on the 5th place. It was still a good crossover, but I think the 5th place is where it makes sense. Coming up next, Kill la Kill. Kill la Kill was an amazing crossover that not many people were expecting to see back in Grand Summoners with Ascended characters. But let me tell you one thing, those who were there for it left very satisfied, especially if they managed to snatch Hoka. Kill la Kill gave us 4 new Ascended characters. Hoka, who is the best archer in the game as of right now, Uzu, who is probably the best physical attacker when it comes to raw damage, Gamagori, the newest stone tank with tons of damage reduction, and Nonon, a really valuable character in the mines. Honestly, there wasn't really much that were going on in this crossover. The characters were mostly the highlight of the crossover, and that's pretty much it. The equips weren't anything must-have. I should mention that I do not count the old equips, so no Goku uniform. With all that mentioned, I believe Kill la Kill is worthy of being crowned as the second best crossover of 2024. Now let's talk about the crossover that was running when your boy started making videos. Fate. Fate was incredible, both for the returning characters and for the newer characters it brought to the table. The great thing about the Fate characters is that all of them have a place in the meta. Maybe the one who doesn't is Bazette, but even then, the characters alone carry this crossover, because you have characters such as Summer, Luby and Rin, who are absolutely incredible at nuking their way through practically anything. You also have Summer Sakura, who is amazing for dark magic teams that are not limited to Mono Dark Demon. And of course, probably the most wanted character of the crossover, Summer Miyu, who can clear content like it's nothing. The equips are also pretty nice. Miyu swimsuit, Luvia swimsuit, Summer uniform. This crossover has something for everyone, both in characters and in equips. With not much explanation needed, Fate deserves the gold medal, the top spot of Grand Summoners 2024 crossovers. And finally, we are back into the present. Late November, we welcomed the Eminence Shadow. And let me tell you, I believe this collab will go down as one of the best collabs we've seen in the game. Let's talk about the characters, because Eminence gave us some of the strongest characters in the game. You have Shadow, who is an absolute beast when it comes to making your enemies forget they have any defense and evasion at all. Beta, who is the newest Triple S character, just because of how stupidly broken she is. She brings so much to the table. Shield, damage reduction, Argen, heal for water allies, damage up for the unit in front of her, magic damage for everyone in her super arts, extra damage to the enemy, and her slots are simply amazing. Alpha, who has some tough competition with Hoka being out, but if you don't have Hoka, she will not disappoint you. And of course, Delta, the damage dealer of the crossover, and by damage dealer, I mean she can deal some stupid amounts of damage, it's unreal. Not only the characters, but the equips are nothing to laugh at. Epsilon plushie, Alpha's bodysuit, Shadow sword, true Delta's bodysuit. Most of the equips are absolutely incredible. Now the only spot left open is the 4th spot, however I don't feel like it's right to put Eminence on number 4, which is why I will drop Shangri-La to 4th place and place Eminence on the 3rd place. An absolutely incredible crossover that should not be forgotten. And there you have it, the final ranking of the crossovers. On the final place, Overlord. Maybe you weren't ranked too hard this time. 4th place, Shangri-La Frontier. Sadly, the rank 120 characters couldn't carry you out of there. 3rd place, the Eminence Shadow. You came in and you stole the show. 2nd place, Kill la Kill. Talk about the return of the king. And for 1st place, Fate. A fan favorite and you can't deny. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with this list, and if you don't, feel free to list the crossovers however you wish. If you like what you saw, be sure to drop a like, and hey, if you're new here, why not subscribe with a bell on to never miss a video just like this one right here. Once again, I want to thank you all so much for watching, I hope you all did enjoy, and I will of course see you in the next one.